First up, we got Power Rangers Turbo. Now, personally, I'm a fan of the Power Rangers Turbo movie, but the series, I can't speak to that much, bro. I can't speak to that much. Dino Charge and Power Rangers Samurai are not on the list right now, but you know, one day when I make the full list, it just be on there. Because I didn't watch Dino Charge or Power Rangers Samurai, and I heard those are peak. Power Rangers Samurai for sure is peak, I heard. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta get into those. But starting off with Power Rangers Turbo, as of right now, since it's the first one, and the movie's like legit, like one of my favorites, like from back in the day, regardless of how you feel about little what's his name? It's not Jason. Why am I forgetting the Blue Ranger's name? That y'all gonna have to forgive me on my memory sometimes too. It's not Jason, but it's because Jason is obviously the Red Ranger from Mighty Morphin. But let me see. No Way B. Bro, the movie is good, bro. Throw the tier list away already? That's tough. Oh, I gotta fix the thing too. Wait, so you're mostly ranking the movies? No. I've only seen the movies, is my point that I was making. I've only seen, like, I can only remember the movies, I should say. Not so much the series part of it. Restart. I'm weak. Like I said, this is just where I'm putting it at, and then we can go over it as a family. You know what I'm saying? But because of the movie per se, I like Turbo as at B, as just to start, as a clean, like, this is where we at. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, because I just seen the Justin, and I knew it was a J. Justin just did a ad for like hair transplant thing, and I was like, that's Justin. I haven't seen Justin since he was a kid, bro. That's crazy. There's this movie I watched, the Power Rangers, but I don't remember it so vaguely. I can't remember which one it was. Yeah, like the OG Power Rangers movie went crazy, but now it's like TV specials type of situation. So like they're movies, but they're not necessarily like movies. You know what I'm saying? Like I still got the VHS tapes from the Mighty Morphin movie. You know what I'm saying? Time Force though, I'm not gonna cap. I was not a fan of it as a kid, but I think as far as dialogue goes, I'm gonna put it at a strong A right now. I'm not trying to have a whole bunch of youngins in S, and we're gonna actually, you know, redo it at the end. So don't worry. This is not stagnant. This is not stagnant. My favorite Power Ranger movie is the Forever Red one though. Quantum Ranger. I think the Pink Ranger storyline is one of the best storylines. It's just like, it might have been Mighty Morphin. That's the one where they like ooze or whatever, or Oz, the Jelly Man. That's that one. And that's the one they always show in like random places. But yeah, Time Force is a solid A, just because of the, like, they're going back in time. There's like a future descendant type of situation. And I just remember, like, I think it was too complex for me as a kid to where, like, I just was not rocking with that joint. At first, I only rocked with the Quantum Ranger. Everybody else was like, I'm not really for this storyline. Like, even though the Pink Ranger was definitely like one of the greatest Pink Rangers of all time, you know, as they say, it just wasn't like always like right there. That's why I feel like I was falling out of like love with like Power Rangers, like as a, like, I'm watching this all the time type thing, you know, because it definitely, I'm not gonna say it fell off, but it's like, there's a point in time where it's like you kind of just grew out of it in a sense, and until the nostalgia hits. Right? Until the nostalgia really hits. Mystic Force was elite though. Them capes was fire. The battleizer suits or whatever, when they got like all the extra points on their ears, elite. You know? Initial opening, I'm not gonna cap. Little But like, once I got over the whole wand aspect of everything, I was like, nah, this joint is actually pretty elite. And it has one of the best, like the Phoenix youngin. That joint was fire. Chris said, I'm dead, bro. Let me cook. Bruh. Let me cook, okay? So I'm gonna put Mystic Force under Time Force right now, and we're gonna see where it goes. Now, Mighty Morphin, off the strength, is S. It's a classic, bro. It started everything. You know what I'm saying? I know people gonna be like nostalgia, but is this the 2017 is the 2017 movie gonna be on this list? No, it's actually not. Like I said, like the newer stuff I didn't make this tier list, but this is basically Saban and then like Disney from what I'm seeing. Before it like went to like Nickelodeon and stuff. And then they had the movie on there too. But I used to watch Mighty Morphin all the time, like running each season back to back to back. Like it's elite. Now Alien Force, I have no memory of. I'm not gonna count because it was like mixed in, you know. So I can't really say I didn't finish it. I just know I seen it, you know, and I just was not a fan. It was like a side quest type thing. That's how I look at the Alien Rangers, right? And it also, I don't remember also taking off their helmets as far as like it wasn't often. You know, it was just there. Like it was just like in between time. Now Dino Thunder is elite, right? Trent is elite. We got a black Tommy Oliver. You know what I'm saying? Not Larry Black, but like Black Ranger Tommy Oliver. You know, they got the spikes and wings and Triceratops mode. Goes crazy, bro. Goes crazy for sure. So I'm gonna put that top of A, bro. I'm putting it top of A. Now, the reason why it's not going in S is because during this time in Disney, for me, as far as like the Power Rangers goes, like they kind of overplayed their hand a little bit. This is like another instance where there's 3 Rangers, you know what I'm saying, OG, and then they build their team over time. So it's not a lot of like storyline that is really going crazy. Appreciate the like too on TikTok. It's not a lot of storyline that like outside of Trent that I was like very interested in. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else was kind of cookie cutter, you know, nothing to write so much home about. But the action was elite, and bringing Tommy back was just like, oh, you know, they won. So like because of that, I'm more inclined to put Time Force ahead of this later on. But like as far as like this is just the way I'm ordering it right now, this is just based on like what I remember, not bringing so much full logic into like what we know it to be now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to bring it back to that moment type beat, you know. Now next up, Power Rangers in Space, the greatest season of Power Rangers of all time. The Psycho Rangers, Android storyline, freaking the finding out what's the name was his sister, bro. Peak Power Rangers back in the day, bro. And they had the cleanest fits. And bro, the best cast of all time. TJ W Blue Ranger, bro. Figuring out the weakness of the Psycho Rangers. I think the villains had more motive, and even the big bads, like when they were just like off in the distance sometimes and will pop up, was elite. This man Andros was really trying to win by himself. You know, he didn't even want a team at first. You know what I'm saying? And then you bring in the Silver Space Ranger. You know what I'm saying? My boy Zane. Bring him back from the dead, bro. Bring him back from the dead. And I'm like, bro, this is crazy. This is crazy. GOAT. Exactly, Chris. GOAT. The GOAT season of Power Rangers. And it's like there's just so many aspects to it and so many layers to the storyline, and just, you know, I feel like everybody had their moment to shine, whether it was like, you know, TJ coming back from basically like feeling like he like going from being the Red Ranger to now the Blue, having to deal with that, and then like losing your confidence, to, you know, the romantic, you know, what do you call it? It's not a I don't know why I wanted to say power struggle, but it's like the romance between Andros and Ashley. Bro, come on, man. You was rooting for them. You know what I'm saying? And then like I said, the Psycho Rangers, best antagonist in the whole series, 100%. At least that I'm aware of. You know what I'm saying? Like as like a, you're just gonna bring some extra Rangers in there, and then the red one comes back somehow. I forgot how that happened, but he came back. And there's so many different cameos within it. Like I think there's if I remember correctly, they brought that Ninja Turtles in it. What are we doing? Like, come on, bruh. Like Ninja Turtles is goated. Like, what are we talking about? So they don't do stuff like that no more, bruh. They don't do stuff like that no more. It was a different time. You know what I'm saying? Now, next up, Oh, Light Speed Rescue. Light Speed Rescue, bruh. This is where it gets difficult. This is where it gets difficult because they for sure got the cast right. They for sure like got the storylines right. They for sure got some of the hardest jackets in the game. You know what I'm saying? For sure. And then the Silver Rangers storyline with like him coming back and being like not a reincarnation of the Green Ranger, but like in a similar situation where it's like, no, like his time is really clicking. His time is really like clicking with this when the snake was going up his back because he had the little thing, the little curse or whatever, and him like not like coming back and like being on their side, and then like simultaneously got this whole other aspect to him that's like, yo, I done made a deal with the devil type beat. Like, that's so crazy, bruh. That's so crazy. And then it's like, Genghis was really making sacrifices in that joint. And cuz it was hitting him with that fire. Like, yo, I think his name was Carson. Isn't his name Carson? What's his name? The Red Ranger? Let me see. Red Ranger, Light Speed Rescue. His name's not Carson, bro. It's Carter. I'm so close on these names, bro, but it's been so long. Carter Grayson. He's a Grayson, bro. Was like, he just didn't care, bro. Like, he was just really about the action. Like, and he was ready to fire on you, like, regardless of, he didn't care what you had going on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more inclined to put it at the top of A, but my mind is now telling me that Time Force got to go ahead and Dino Thunder. I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna cap. It's making me move this up. Because I just know if we talking storylines, these four have way better storylines than at least these two that I can remember. Now, Lost Galaxy, another GOAT show. Second favorite. I wanted a Quasar Saber. Best saber in the game. Best sword in the game. Leo, bruh, probably my favorite Red Ranger of all time. Not even gonna cap to you. Like, Andros is goated, but like if we go like pound for pound, Leo was like had the charisma. You know how he even got on the ship to even become a ranger in the first place. It's like, yo, he was not even supposed to be there, bro. He had to stow away, and it was looking for him, and he was just ducking and dodging, doing what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? To go meet up with his big bro, and then losing his big bro, and his big bro, like, you know, paying the ultimate price, but then coming back as a ranger. All right, bro. Like, and then like, bro, that's just the best. It was just the best. It was just the best. Like, everything about it. Like, it, like that, this Space and Lost Galaxy, this run right here is my childhood. 100%. 100%. Like, there's nothing bad that I could say about that joint, you know? And that's why I'm like, yo, it's hard to put like a lot of these joints in S tier, because it's like, it's not like, once we get the full list, because I gotta do my due diligence and watch some of these shows that I haven't seen, and like the newer joints too one day. But trying to beat these two is gonna be tough, you know? Like, Morphin's up there based on principle, along with it just being like the start of everything, and you know, it has a lot of episodes that are good. But Lost Galaxy, some of the best Zords too, because of the mythical aspect of how the Zords even became to be, bruh. And it's like, yo, they in a different galaxy, bruh. And all this stuff is happening there. There'll be villains, you antagonists, and it's just like battleizers too, bruh. I ain't even really talk about the battleizers because I'll save that for like a Red Ranger list. But this joint is good. He getting it right. I'm trying, bruh. Trying my best. Now, this is where things get tricky. Operation Overdrive, didn't finish it. I'm not going to cap to you. RPM, I don't even think I saw this, you know? I don't even think I saw this, but I heard Overdrive is pretty good, you know? Like, once you actually get into it. But I couldn't get into it, bro. I couldn't get into it. The dome thing, and then like, I don't know. I just wasn't locked. It didn't lock me, bro. It didn't lock me. No, SPD was like prime Disney era. And I think there was another Red Ranger in it too. I think if I'm not gonna say the acting was bad, but it just like, it was very Disney. It was very Disney, and it was police. So that's like, you know, like, I'm not even gonna cap to you. Like, I don't know. Like, I rock with like the SWAT aspect of like the look and all the graphics and stuff like that. But like, it was really locking young and stuff. Time Force too, though. But they have a whole like mutant like storyline to it where it's like, you know, It's deeper conversations happening there. But SPD was just about the action, bro. I ain't gonna count to you. Like it was, and then they had the dog and stuff too. Like the suits was fire. Like, but like to have the dog captain or whatever, the leader, forgot his name, have his own like ranger joint, and then like it just changed his whole head. You know, animomorphic head is able to fit in this small helmet, and we just supposed to believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when I was like, oh, I started getting conscious of like, what am I watching? You know what I'm saying? I rock with Jack. Appreciate the likes. I rock with Jack, but like, you know, what are we really here to do? You know, and I seen a clip earlier today of like Jack's sacrifice, right? And I'm like, yo, no way these were the lines. You know what I'm saying? Like, so as cool as it could have been, like I just feel like it wasn't like OD. It's like, you know, this is solid. Like this is nothing too crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I put it in B. Now, Wild Force, on the other hand, I enjoyed Wild Force way more than SPD, but the movie Forever Red takes place during the Wild Force era. So it's like you get respect for that, but I don't think you move up the tier list for that, you know? And the Forever Red is a all-time, like probably the best Power Ranger movie that I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? All the Red Rangers pulling up and they just about to go crazy, you know, against the you know, big bads of the era. You know what I'm saying? Trying to unearth the freaking Zord on the moon. They was fighting on the moon, bro. And my boy Andros was being a spy again, and was just able to he was just holding it down, you know. So to bring Cole into the mix, who was definitely a wild card. The vest was tough. The whole team, they had the Gentle Giant and stuff like that, but nobody on there was really like, you know, like acting their butt off. You know, I think Cole was like the most committed one, and then the Yellow Ranger as well. I enjoyed their dynamic because she was like the leader at first, and then she had to hand it off to him, stuff like that. But the aspect of the show was really cool. Like everything about the show, like what they were doing was like fire. Even they had the Wolf Ranger too. Merrick, his whole storyline was dope. I love Six Rangers all the time, but it's like, you know, that one stuck out to me because he had a freaking pull stick, bro, as a weapon, you know? And we don't talk about that a lot. Like they was really making weapons out of everything. So it's like, it gets to a certain point where I feel like not only just with Power Rangers, but, you know, Pokemon too, where the youngins start running out of ideas, like original ideas, and they just start have to make stuff up. And sometimes they hit and sometimes it don't, you know? So yeah, I'd say I'd put Wild Force in B. Now, Power Ranger Zeo, another continuation off of Mighty Morphin, another side quest. We get the Gold Ranger out of this though. Even though he mainly wore black, but what's his name came back, right? My brain want to put it here though. I don't know why, but my brain want to put it here because this was before the resurgence, bro. The resurgence of Power Rangers, where they hit their second stride, their second win. And it was really trying to figure it out. Like the Zeo crystals, cool. But it was like, we kept having the same villains and the same heroes. And it's like, you know, we going from power source to power source. Yes, like Zordon, you know, dying and stuff like that is always going to be a thing. And it's like, where do we find our power now? And it's like, okay, like I might be mixing stuff up, but it was like, it got to the point where it's like, it got repetitive with the Mighty Morphin, to Zeo, and to Alien Rangers. That trifecta is like a gradual decline for me. What's up, Bryson? What's good? Welcome to the stream. We just doing a tier list on some Power Rangers today. I missed my Tuesday that I usually do this on, but you know, we back now though. Okay, next up, Jungle Fury. Now, these last two, honestly, is where the list is gonna get shaken up, I think, because I'm keeping it a buck with y'all. Jungle Fury actually go crazy. It actually goes crazy. I think the Kung Fu element, yes, it's another Three Ranger series, but they have so many, not just cameos, but like so many extra Rangers and like so many different storylines of like how each Ranger is going about mastering their different, not only just weapons, but just different styles and stuff like that. And them just keep egging on the plot that if I'm keeping a buck with y'all, bro, like it is definitely up there. I think it's an A. I'm not necessarily ready to put it over Lightspeed Rescue or Time Force, but it's definitely up there. And they got some of the best suits, bro. They got some of the best suits for sure in the game. 100%. Lastly, we got Ninja Storm. Now, Ninja Storm, Ranger form, right? Dirt bikes, you know, Secret Ninja School, freaking samurais, Green Ranger, the Thunder Rangers as well. W antagonists, W storylines, W cast in general. The big bad, I was not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of it. He had too much aura and not enough backup for that aura when it came to the thing. I never looked at him and was like, yo, this dude is like that, you know? And I don't know why, but it's just like, it just felt like he was just in the mix of like trying to figure out who he wants to be. And I'm like, bro, you're not spooky. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like all the different Ranger stuff they was doing was also elite too. Now, to me, this was probably peak Disney era, bro. Not gonna cap. This was peak Disney era. So we got a lot of A's right now. We got a lot of A's. And we're gonna fix this order just a little bit. But just looking at this right now, I'm kind of happy with this going off of like haven't seen any of these shows in a really long time. Just only seeing like clips and just going off my memory. You know, I feel like I have to watch some of the newer stuff, but appreciate the likes. I have to watch some of the newer stuff, but at a certain point, like, you know, you gotta call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? So top 3, Power Rangers in Space, Lost Galaxy, Mighty Morphin. Now, personally, I'm willing to put Time Force. Connor said Power Rangers is about teamwork. You're right. It's definitely not about the individual, and Andros definitely learned that. For plot's sake, on like a greater scale, I think the Time Force storyline is very elite. But I wasn't there when they was doing it. You know what I'm saying? This is all hearsay for me. So to jump it to the top of A don't necessarily seem right to me. But at the same time, we have to add some other stuff to it. And I'm thinking this is what we do. We go S, and then I don't know now. Like if we're gonna put ninjas, we're gonna put Power Rangers Space. We're gonna put Time Force in S. I feel like Ninja Storm is up there, bro. But it's just not as deep of a story at the same time. So dang, it just might make that jump by itself, bro. Because to me, like the Green Ranger storyline is way more important in Ninja Storm than any of the other 3 Rangers. But it's like, yo, it's such a cooler show than Lightspeed. Because I don't know, y'all. I don't know. And it's like, how much do I love the Turbo movie more than I love SPD? Like I'm watching Turbo before I'm watching SPD. 100%. That's the real question. Like, what are we really talking about? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not touching these. I think Zeo is cool and C. Wild Force, I think Wild Force is better than Turbo. I'm not going to cap. Mystic Force over Dino Thunder. My brain, it goes there, but traditionally, I don't know. I don't know how y'all feeling about it. I think I'm good, bro. I think I like this. I think I like this because like when I just think about Time Force in a broader context of like what actually happened in that joint, like even though that's like kind of where I fell off with that joint, like oh, I think I gotta go top 5. I think I gotta go top 5 like that because like Lightspeed cut deep for me. Lightspeed cut deep for me, bro. So I think this is where we land. I'm keeping the buck. I think this is where we land. This actually looks right to me, you know? Like, could Jungle Fury go here? Probably. I'm not putting Dino Thunder over Ninja Storm though, because they had the extra help from Tommy. Mystic Force, they probably the strongest. You know what I'm saying? Like the Phoenix joint is crazy. But as far as like show together, you know, I'm definitely watching Dino Thunder before I'm watching Mystic Force. And then Wild Force just really had, to me, Forever Red, and that's really it. That's all I really remember from that joint, you know? And I just don't feel like it was very good acting in SPD. And Zeo is just like another, you know, joint. So I think this is where we call it quits, y'all. Unless y'all got anything else that y'all want to add to it, I think this is where I'm going to end it, bro. Because there's got to be like a happy medium, you know? I learned that from my Wally take. There's got to be a happy medium between like to what I think it is and where it is for me. And I think that's the best I can do, you know? and some of this is going to some of this is going to cost a rewatch. So this is going to be fun when I mess around and rewatch some of these, but also watch some of the newer joints too. And we can see like how they actually stack up in total, because there's definitely more Power Ranger shows that like I haven't even got into, where now they in cosmic power and energy and stuff like that, where I'm just like, I don't know what y'all got going on now. But yeah, I think that's what my tier list is going to be for this. So if you enjoyed this, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button for more. I try to do a tier list every Tuesday. Today's Thursday, but we're still making it happen. You'll be seeing us on a Tuesday if you're watching the video on YouTube. But if you want to catch the live streams, definitely pull up. And yeah, man, this was fun. Appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, we launched the Patreon, patreon.com/WallyWorldMedia, where you can get early access to videos and directly support the work we do here on YouTube. So no pressure. If you want to support, I definitely appreciate it, and I'll see y'all in the next video.